So this has been, a week would have been last Friday. And so today is Christmas actually. So Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. And so this is a week and a half later. So let me turn it around so you guys can see what it looks like now. And this is after I have already soaked for today and done all the things and whatnot. And hold on. Hi you guys. It has been a hot minute since I've videoed. It's been a rough go of things. So before I move on to new stuff, I had ingrown toenail surgery week and a half ago. It seems like it's been a lot longer than that, like since I had it done. And I had it done once before on one side of my left big toe. And you're awake for the whole procedure. They numb up your toe. And then they put this like squeezy band around it, and it like controls blood loss because it cuts off the circulation in your toe. And it looks like a toe tag, like a morgue toe tag. So not funny, but it's funny. So they do all the numbing, and I totally just sat on the bathtub and I'd taken a bath, and there was apparently a wet spot on the side and I got my pants wet. Okay, so I've had ingrown toenail, no, oh my god, years and years and years and years of problems and trying to take care of them myself, and oh my gosh, infection after infection has been ridiculous. So I had the worst side of one toe done a year ago, and healing was okay. Not amazing, not like a normal body by any means, but it did heal, and the surgery worked. It did a great job. And then my right big toe, which I sometimes had trouble with, decided that it wanted to have trouble all the time, so I'd been dealing with that one, both sides of it. And then the other side of my left big toe decided to act up, and then the side that I had done before, because we didn't kill the nail last time because we wanted to let it grow out and see if maybe it would just like play nice, which I had a feeling was a long shot, but what do you do? Eternal optimism, that's what you do. And so about 9 months after the first procedure was done, that one started ingrowing again, and half of my nail came off because it was like the bottom portion of what had grown up, which was about half of my nail, like the height of my nail, and then the top half had like a notch cut out of it because obviously that's what had been cut out. And like the whole thing just like took a sideways thing, and the whole thing ripped. It wasn't really horrible, but I had a feeling it was really gonna like kick on having problems, which it did. So I went back to my awesome podiatric surgeon. He's so nice. He's like a giant. Oh my gosh, he's so tall. So he came in this time and we talked about it, and so we decided to surgically remove all 4 sides of my big toes, and we decided to kill the nail bed too, because I really don't want to keep dealing with this, because it's one more thing of pain that I just don't need to deal with. And I mean, obviously I knew the pain was going to be worse after the surgery, but the surgical sites of it make sense as to like why they hurt, obviously, because you had stuff cut out. But I have a very hard time with the lidocaine, whatever, numbing stuff that they use. It's almost like I'm having a reaction to the procedure itself and to the solution, like the lidocaine solution. And oh my gosh, so I took pictures like throughout the procedure because I couldn't video, because my health system doesn't want you videoing anything. I'm sure it's a lawsuit, probable, blah, 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 but it's annoying because it's happening to my body and I wish I could show you guys more of what happens, like really, really. So I was taking pictures. So they clean the whole thing off. He comes in and numbs everything. And it is like, it's not like one little shot and it's like good. Like the syringes that he uses, like the actual like material part of the syringe is like gigantic. The needle's long, it's thin, and so the pokes aren't too bad, but the going in and in and in and in and in like over and over and over again, oh my gosh, it wrecks my toes. Like it's so painful. It's painful during, and each toe like takes almost 5 minutes of him shooting stuff in there. Like it's rough. Like it is not for the faint of heart. So numbs them all up. He leaves and goes gets ready, and one of my nurses comes in and they clean stuff again, make sure it's all good. And then ooh, that's perfect. The other one's good enough. We can just toss it.
Okay.
It's so low anyways, and it keeps leaking on the sinky part, which is gross. So pictures of the procedure itself, and then I've taken pictures kind of like through the healing process. You have to soak, like he does this like Frankenstein bandaging after it's done, and so your toe is like this huge padded thing, which is good because I can't feel them for like almost a day and a half afterwards, and they just hurt. I mean, they hurt like half my foot ends up hurting by the end of it when stuff like comes back to life, because I'm still trying to process the lidocaine and the whatever. It has been a rough recovery this time. So obviously last time I only had one side of one toe done, so it's 4 times what happened the first time is what we did this time, and we killed the nail beds. And so when you kill the nail beds, like he gets this stuff called phenol, and he takes those like long cotton swabs that's like, it's a long stick but there's only a cotton swab like on one end of it, and he gets the medication on there, and after he like cuts the side of the nail off and the nail bed and all that stuff, he puts the cotton balls like there on the side, like to the nail bed to kill the nail bed. It was the most familiar smell, like, and I can't tell you what phenol is, I have no idea. And so it was super, super familiar. And after it was all done, I told him, I was like, oh my God, I was like, I know that smell. And I was like, I can't place where I know that smell from. And he was like, were you ever in medical school? And I was like, no, but I was pre-med in college and, you know, did all of that stuff. And he started laughing, and I was like, what? He goes, it's formaldehyde. And I was like, well, that's really funny that I know what that smells like. So he wraps it all up, and I'll sprinkle pictures in here so you can kind of see what happened. And wraps it all up, and you keep it wrapped for like 24 hours. And then at the end of 24 hours, and when he wraps it up, like he shoves these like steri strips, like he puts this antibiotic stuff like on the wounds, and then he shoves these, they're like steri strips like into the wound, which sucks because that's really bad at the like 24-hour mark. And so at the 24-hour mark, you take off like it's almost like that sports wrap stuff, you know, or the stuff that you get around your arm like after a blood draw, you know, that sticks to itself but nothing else. So you have to take all that off, and get down to the part that's like stuck to your toe that you don't need to be like yanking off, and then you soak it in Epsom salt hot water for 10-15 minutes, and then you have to pull all the packing stuff out, which it was so bad on my first surgery. Like I remember trying to get the packing stuff out, and I remembered having to have like an Emmy bag right next to me because I was gonna puke. Like it hurt so bad. Oh my God, it was awful. And I don't know if it was just the fact that I had so much more numbing in my system this time, or things are just weird and different and whatever, but it really wasn't as horrible this time as it was the first time, which I was super thankful for. So you pull all of the dressings off of it and all that stuff, and then you put hydrogen peroxide on it and let it sit there for a little bit, and then you scrubby the sides of the nails because you want it to, like, you need healthy tissue like every day. Like, it needs to like kind of stay irritated so that it heals. And then you put a Band-Aid over it after soaking it for that 15 minutes, and then you're good to go for the next 24 hours. So and that's, you do it for a week. So a normal person gets to do it for a week. So this is what my toes looked like after a week. This is literally a full week of doing everything that I'm supposed to. And some of the days I was soaking them actually twice because they were so sore and they just hurt so bad and they looked awful. And so when that picture was taken, I sent it to my surgeon so that he kind of knew what was going on, just in case somebody needed to step in and help, you know, that something happened and I couldn't fix it. So we decided that I'm going to do the entire treatment another week and all of the soaking and all of the stuffs. They're better than they were on that picture day. So this has been, a week would have been last Friday, and so today is Christmas actually. So Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. And so this is a week and a half later. So let me turn it around so you guys can see what it looks like now. And this is after I have already soaked for today, and done all the things and whatnot. And hold on. Okay, so this is what they look like now. So I have blood pooling at the moment in all of my toes because I took a shower and I've been standing up, and it's been a really rough few weeks, months, all year, whatever. So like my toes are all kind of purple at the moment, so it makes the other ones look better, which is awesome. But something that you can tell on my big toes, now my big toes have no medication on them, they have no lotion, they have no anything, and you see how they're shiny, like it looks like something is on them. That is what happens on my body if I swell, and so there's more moisture like underneath the skin, and so when it stretches it turns that shiny. So I can always tell when I've got a problem because that's what my skin does. The nails themselves, okay, on my left toe, where are we? That's not very good. Okay, that is the side that I had done last year, and that did somewhat okay until it grew out and then all sorts of problems. So that side is a lot smaller than the other ones. So I had this whole other side done, and that one bruised pretty bad. Yes, they hurt. They're warm, they're swollen. And then I had both of those sides done, and they're hanging in there. Something I think that's interesting, move this way. So I can't move my toe down very much, like either of them. They just kind of start shaking and being weird. So I can't, like, you know, like really squinch them up, you know, like normal. But I mean, they're still working. They're just trying to get better. Would I do less of them if given the chance to like go back and do something different? I would not. I absolutely wouldn't. I would absolutely have all of them done again. Because the healing part is going to be super hard anyways, and so I really just wanted to get it all done and just be finished. So I'm crossing my fingers that everything just keeps getting better. Yesterday we had our office Halloween party. I'm stuck on Halloween because I wore a costume. Christmas party. And so I dressed up and I wore like knee-high stockings that were like red and white stripes with this little like cute stuff at the top. And I wore boots, like red boots. It is the first real sort of kind of shoes or socks that I've worn. And they did great during the day. I really didn't have much trouble off of, I mean, they were the same sore, whatever, but didn't really feel awful, whatnot. And then I got home last night and then they looked horrible again and they got totally swollen and hot and the whole thing. So it's like, I really don't know what's making them so irritated, but I don't know. But I'd left Band-Aids on yesterday because my surgeon recommended maybe taking off the Band-Aids and letting them like dry out. But it's still, I don't know, it's kind of a work in progress. So it is what it is, and we'll keep going. I'll update you guys. Oh, and here's what I look like at the Christmas party. It was really fun. We had a really good time. I've been sick for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I've had a SIBO infection we've been treating in my small intestines, and then I had blood work all done for my pre-op, which my surgery is tomorrow, which I'll get to in a little bit. And surgery, brain fart. Oh, it's so awful when my brain just like can't connect. It's just frustrating. So it is what it is. We'll get through it. I'll see you later.